everyone, I'm Dr. Monica, general physician working in Kamakshi Memorial Hospital. So today I will be talking about COVID-19. So this COVID-19 has turned our world upside down. So I know all of you will be having a lot of questions in your mind. So I'll be answering some of the very common questions which general public may have. COVID-19 stands for Coronavirus Disease 2019. As you all know, it originated in China in December 2019 and it was caused by SARS coronavirus 2. It's called so because it was caused by the virus which has a genetic makeup similar to the coronavirus which caused the SARS. Hence, we call it COVID-19. The virus first was transmitted to humans from animals and then person-to-person transmission occurred. Person-to-person transmission, it is mainly through the aerosol or the droplet transmission. That is, for example, if an infected person coughs or sneezes, he will release the infectious particles into the air called the droplets or the aerosols. So when any person who comes in contact within like around 6 feet of that infected person, and when he inhales this infected particles, there are chances of him getting infected. So this is the most common mode of transmission. And the second is through the surfaces, that is we call it as fomites. For example, any surfaces which contain the infected particles, if you enter into a lift and an infected person he's been into the lift and he used the button with his infected hands, and then you happen to get into the lift and you use the same button and then you touch your face or hands, you acquire that infection. Okay, so to the surfaces is the second mode of transmission. Surfaces, it can be anything like plastic or metal or cash, anything. As you all know, this virus can stay in the surfaces for a few hours to few days. And then airborne transmission, which the WHO has proven recently, but which still needs a lot of research. The next is the fecal-oral route. It's been proven that the virus has been excreted in the stools of coronavirus disease patients, but still whether it gets transmitted through this route is still yet to be proven. So very simple steps. Wear a mask. Frequently wash your hands. Maintain social distancing. Try to stay indoors as much as possible. Very, very simple steps. So when you wear a mask, when you come in contact with the infectious particles from an infected person, you get protected from those infectious particles. And the protection is even more increased when the infected person also wears a mask. And the mask can be of either cloth mask, surgical mask, which is 3-layer medical mask, or N95 mask. General public can wear cloth mask which can be washed and reused, and we can reserve these 3-layer mask and N95 mask for our healthcare workers. So like in the community where this kind of community a lot of people are getting affected, when both the patient and also the general public wears a mask, we can automatically control this pandemic because the spread automatically comes down. Hand washing with plain soap water and sanitizing with a sanitizer which contains at least 60% alcohol kills the COVID-19. So it's a very simple step. Even if you come in contact with some infectious particle and when you have that virus in your hands, and you just do hand washing, it kills a virus. Like already I mentioned the example, you use a doorknob or you use a lift button, so you have that infection in your hands. So before touching your face, when you go and sanitize your hands or wash your hands, you are protected from the virus. So hand washing, frequent hand washing or sanitizing 60% alcohol and wearing a mask, and these two steps has proven to reduce the spread of COVID-19 to a significant amount. To remain healthy, you need to have a very balanced diet, and you need to have nutritious fruits like vitamin C rich foods, and all this Kabasura Kudini, Kashayam and other vitamin supplements I would rather say that if you take these medicines, not like you're protected from this COVID-19. These all contain antioxidants, hence your immunity gets boosted up. Okay, so you can have all those things, but doesn't mean if you take these medicines, okay, you won't get COVID-19. And then avoid alcohol smoking. That's very very important. And then de-stress yourself. Please don't take too much of stress. Okay, like we are going to live with this virus for a few more months. Okay, so all of us need to act wisely. Don't keep panicking that you might get the infection now, tomorrow, like that. So just don't get stressed. Practice yoga, do some breathing exercises. Okay, so nothing to worry. Okay, we all are in this together and we are going to fight this together. Yes, it is our duty. Indeed, you need to take care of your other medical conditions, because like we are seeing a lot of patients who tend to ignore their medical conditions in this scenario, especially because of fear of coming to hospital. And one more thing, if you keep under your diabetes, hypertension, other medical conditions under control, even if you acquire this COVID-19, your disease is going to be mild. And we have seen that a lot of people who succumb to this COVID-19, or those who have other comorbid conditions, and especially when they have not taken care of it and their diabetes and hypertension is not under control, that they tend to have a severe disease. So you need to take care of your other health condition in this scenario. So most commonly, fever, cough, sore throats, headache, fatigue, loose stools, and breathing difficulty, etc. The child may also have the similar complaints like adult. Apart from that, they might have poor feeding, abnormal cry, or extremely drowsy. And it is now you might be knowing that the kids usually have a mild disease. 90 to 95% tend to have a mild disease, but however, you need to have a close watch on your kids. So when you have a mild disease, you might have a low-grade fever, cough, mild tiredness might be there. So you know that you're progressing into moderate disease when you start to develop some amount of breathing difficulty, develop high-grade fever, extreme tiredness, and then critical illness, extreme short of breath when you're not even able to complete your sentences, chest pain, and feel drowsy, and very high-grade fever, and extreme fatigue that you're not even able to get up from your bed. And critical is a stage when you're not able to breathe without the assisted breathing devices. Elderly people, those with other medical comorbid conditions like diabetes, hypertension, renal issues, cancer patients, those with lung conditions, liver problems, those on other immunosuppressive drugs, etc. These people who have other comorbid conditions are at risk of very serious disease. So whenever you develop either of the symptoms which I have mentioned above, and then when you come in close contact with a COVID patient without any protection, you need to consult the hospital. I see a lot of patients who tend to stay at home mainly because of the social stigmata. But I would rather advise you to present to the hospital as early as possible, because we are seeing a lot of patients who are presenting late to us. They are presenting with very severe disease and they get critically ill. But those who are presenting early are really having a good prognosis. So please do not ignore your symptoms and present as early as possible. You should not ignore even a single episode of fever. So this, as I mentioned, whenever you develop either of the symptom or when you come in close contact with any person who had COVID-19, you need to get present to the hospital, get yourself tested. So to conclude, this COVID-19 is a deadly virus which the whole world is facing the toughest time. So I know all of us are going through the toughest time of our life, but still we need to act wisely. As I mentioned to you, wear masks in the public places and try to stay indoors as much as possible, especially the vulnerable population. Keep washing your hands often and maintain social distancing. These are very, very most important simple steps which will protect you from this deadly virus. And even if you acquire the infection, present early to the hospital. Please don't delay, because what is mild to you may not be the same to the elderly or the vulnerable population who stay close to you. So please do present to the healthcare facility early. So we all are in this together, and we will fight this war together and overcome this COVID-19 pandemic. Thank you.